All right. So basically, all of you were off mission in San Francisco. While you're in San Francisco, what you guys were doing um, is up to you. It could have been the funeral for the dead agent. It could have been whatever reason that y'all were sort of in San Francisco. You were contacted by Catherine Manners that said that they needed you guys right away to go pick up a recursion miner who's in trouble. They said that, sorry, we know you're on leave, but y'all are the only people in the area, and this is in dire circumstances. So, what vehicles will you have? What is kind of, you could be in rental cars, but you really don't have the usual agent asset. This is not a mission that y'all packed up for, designed for, and sort of went to do. Basically, y'all are sort of called on the spot, grouped together, and sent out to this place. Basically, a recursion miner named Deborah is in a van, nondescript white van, on Washington Street next to Lafayette Park in San Francisco. She has contacted Catherine Manners and says that she's in trouble. And that's basically all that you kind of give up. Catherine gives you a little brief history of who Deborah is. It's somebody they've been watching for quite some time. She has a master's of physics at California Institute of Technology, which is the second best physics program in the country. Next to MIT, of course, you know. She was recently worked for a computer programmer and analyst for a startup tech company while she worked on her doctorate. The startup had been flagged by the estate for some time because the creator of the startup appeared out of nowhere and threw a bunch of money into this company. They don't know who the person is and where their money came from. And what they were researching kind of got the estate's attention. And so y'all are sent to go find a van.
Down by a river. I had to.
At the corner or on Washington Street, across from Lafayette Park.
And the white van is a giveaway.
Yep, nondescript white van. You'll be surprised actually if you look as you're driving down the street how many nondescript white vans there actually are. You do run into a lot of them. I drove for a news company for quite some time.
Right. So,
and in fact, as I Googled, looked at this location up to find there was 4 white vans in the block on the street view camera. So I was like, well, crap. There you go.
And I'm sorry, what is it she's meant to be doing?
She's a recursion miner. It's someone that they sort of knew was a recursion miner, and from out of the blue contacted Catherine Manners and said that she's in trouble. How she reached Catherine or knew who Catherine was or somebody into a way to help her, the estate doesn't know. Doesn't know why this recursion miner even knows who the estate is or who Catherine Manners is. So to get this communique is also a really big red flag that they need to take it seriously.
And she didn't specify.
Could also be an ambush, though.
Yeah, well, she didn't specify anything about the type of trouble or anything like that.
No,
take it.
Not at all.
That's probably a trap. That's.
Thanks, Admiral Akbar. It's a trap.
It's a drop.
Well, doesn't mean it's not worth springing.
So, Jim, what were you doing in San Francisco?
What was I doing?
What was Jack doing in San Francisco?
This was like our time off, or was it?
Yep.
Were we working another case? I'm probably. Let's see. San Francisco. Is this now?
Yep.
Or is this,
now.
So I expect there's probably. I will say that I was probably there for some kind of some kind of music festival.
Okay.
That may be going on there
I mean,
at
it
the
could be
moment.
where you live. It could be, it's really up to you.
Oh, okay, that's a possibility. I have a feeling I'd say maybe I live in Arizona,
Gotcha.
but
Or lived.
I
I
kind
mean,
of just sort of drove out because maybe I know a couple of people out here, and there's like some kind of. I like the idea that maybe I'm just out here for some kind of like
festival. Okay.
festival thing going on, and that it's so I'm kind of thinking that I'm off duty foolishly.
He was at Burning Man.
Had to drive to San Francisco to get away from Burning Man.
That's a long, dusty drive. But, or talkie. All right, Jackson, what are you doing in San Francisco?
My sister lives there,
Okay.
and when I heard that Jack was heading down, I offered to come along with him and split the cost of the rental car so I could peek in on her and make sure they haven't gotten her yet.
Sure.
But it's very low key. I mean, I don't want to go up to her house, and so there's a lot of skulking around and looking at her front door through super high power binoculars.
Watching
Just
her family.
making sure she's okay.
Sounds like
super creepy.
Yeah, exactly. But it's totally totally brotherly love, looking out for the little sister, but in the most creepy manner possible.
All right, how about Adair? What were you doing in San Francisco area? The Bay Area.
Honestly, we're gonna say that Adair moved out there because he couldn't be in the Hudson Valley anymore because of the memories of his family and whatnot. The Hudson Valley of New York, obviously. So he kind of moved out there, and when he's not on duty with the estate, he loves messing around with startups and hacking their stuff and whatnot. Just kind of pass the time rather than go out and do bad things and what have you. So he's already kind of living out there when this thing kind of comes across his his communique comes across to him, or however he gets it. Email, fax, somebody showing up and calling him,
Gotcha.
So yeah, he's already kind of there, and he's actually hanging out in Lafayette Park because, well, the thing said that's where the van would be located. So he's just kind of keeping eyes out, but not really going after. You know what I'm saying? He's there, but he's not like literally actively seeking this stuff out yet. As I break.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, that's where I'm going to go. Be the overachiever, if you will.
All right. Well, so you wait for everybody else to show up. I'm guessing that y'all meet in a at the park or something like that.
We got like a rental, one of those big sort of black rental SUVs, if we could get one.
The one that says, "No, seriously, I don't work for the government."
Yes,
Right.
that one.
Government, no idea what you're talking about.
For some reason, I just can't stop renting those. I don't know why.
They make me feel
Someone needed room for equipment.
Yeah, high-powered lenses and stuff like that. So, all right. So y'all
Duffel
meet
bags
up
full of crap.
outside this park, and you have tracked down, located what you think is the van. So yeah, you see this van. It's parked next to on the street. There's a park to the left. There's also like a hill with a grove of trees on it. In the park, and a nice field and path. To the right, is a couple taller buildings. They look like apartment buildings, and the like. And but it's the middle of the day. There is a lot of cars parked on the street along with the van. It looks like it's a well-used park, so there's a lot of people parking and moving and coming and going.
So do you guys feel like running surveillance on this thing first, or? just want to run up and beat on the windows.
Well, how many white vans are there going to be around this park? Oh, look, there's one now, and I'm on Google Maps. But that one has writing on the side of it. It's not.
All right, go up a couple blocks, and you'll see another one, and another one, and another one. So yeah, but it's on Washington Street on this van. So.
Ooh, I'm on the wrong side of the street. Hold on.
Wrong side of the park? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on Sacramento. Wow, listen to me talking about this place like I actually know what it is and where it is.
That's one of the beauties of the Strange, though, is that this aspect of it. You can go, all right, here, you're right here. But
yeah, it is.
But for our listening and viewing audience, though, it's kind of like, what are y'all doing?
Yeah.
So we should probably move it along.
We could trim.
We don't know either.
Right, so she's on the more tree-lined side of Lafayette Park, but there is that field down there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm actually asking the GM, like seriously, how many white vans are there going to be around this park? Or is there like some kind of special occasion where like it's all food trucks on Washington right now?
You've designated the one that you really think is it. It's the only one that you've seen that's been there for a while that is parked and nondescript. Everything else says, Leslie's Flowers and, other,
Businesses.
Jim Bob's Plumbing Services, kind of thing. So.
I could come up with a really bad joke right now. I'm so not going to. So, but of course, Adair is going to be sitting there on the park bench looking over at Jim Bob's Plumbing, and he says something under his breath like, "Oh yeah, they'll clean your pipes," something crass and whatnot. And then he just kind of looks over to the van that everyone's kind of doing, and he kind of points and he goes, "So what are we doing here?"
All right.
I'm just. That might be her. That might not be her. What do we want to do? Do we want to watch? Like, what are you thinking there, Mr. McCandless? What are you thinking?
Well, I'm thinking, first of all, if she's in there, we can. I'm thinking maybe I'm just going to go meet her on that park bench over there.
Well, how are we going to get her out of the van to meet you over to park bench?
Well, you see that flower shop we've been staring at the back of for the last 20 minutes. I was thinking maybe we'd have a bouquet delivered over there with a little note.
To her van.
If she's serious about wanting help, she'll come out and chat. She'll understand, hopefully, that precautions are being taken.
Or if she just opens the van and shoots whoever knocks on it, it'll be him and not us.
That too. If
I like the
any
way
of us are getting shot at, I'd rather it be me.
I'd rather not see anybody innocent get shot here. I think you've already killed enough people, Jackson.
No one's innocent, Adair. No one. It's just degrees of bad.
Uh-huh. Says a lot for you.
It wasn't my fault, man.
No, let's not squabble.
So anyway,
That's all I can think of, unless you guys have a better idea.
How long do you think it's going to take for them to deliver a bouquet to that van? Like seriously?
It's right over there.
Yeah, no, that's not a flower shop. That's a flower van. Look, food trucks are in, but I don't know about flower trucks. Just not yet,
Hang on. So wait, just for the clarity of the information in my brain here, is the van we have been looking at a flower van? Is that where the flower description comes from? Or was there a separate flower shop because I thought you had described a flower shop, but if you did not, then I will just toss it up to,
if you want there to be a flower shop around the park somewhere, there can easily be a flower shop around the park somewhere. That is not outside the realm of possibility. What we were discussing, however, was the fact that you found this van because it has no writing on the side, instead of the other one that's Jim Bob's Plumbing and Leslie's Flowers.
Ah, excellent. Okay. Is that like all one business, Jim Bob's Plumbing and Leslie's Flowers?
No, they're two separate vans.
Oh, okay.
That's a shame.
Show your woman you care.
Nothing says sorry about clogging the toilet.
It just sort of takes care of both sides of the relationship equation, I guess. I don't know.
Nothing says sorry about the stench, honey.
Well, it's good to know we're setting we're aiming high today.
The bar is really high here. Yep.
So anyway, how we gonna tackle this? Because fearless leader back here wants to get everyone shot except for us. So, mind you, when he says fearless leader, motioning Jackson.
Yeah.
So straight up, like, if this is the way it's going to be, I might as well just walk over there and knock on the window and be like, "Hey, honey, what's up?"
That's what you want to do. Go ahead.
Yeah, but
I'll put my my aviator shades on, and I'm scanning the top floor buildings in that area for any snipers.
Okay.
All right. Tell you what. Why don't we both go over and knock? Okay.
Why don't we let CSI Miami finish doing what he's doing?
Yeah.
No. This is while you're walking up there, because if they're going to pop out and shoot you, then I want to be able to see.
So how far away are you staying from the van, Jackson?
Basically wherever we kind of stopped and discussed this. So I'm thinking, 3 or 4 car lengths down.
Okay. So y'all are on the sidewalk having this discussion. No, you go touch it. No, you go touch it. Okay.
I don't want to touch it.
All right. So Adair and Jack approach the van. You're gonna knock on the window, the back, what have you. The back door. Give me a perception check, Lucas. Adair and Jack.
You're breaking immersion. All right.
Now how do you roll dice in this thing?
Boom.
All right. 14.
For
Trained in any perception abilities?
For Jim out there, it's on the left hand side. There you got that little kind of menu thing.
There's an icosahedron over there. Okay.
Yep, that's it. And I should have said skills and stuff. Wow, I'm doing all the things that I tell my players to do. The only skill that I'm the 2 things I would be trained in that might help here are identifying things, and seeing through tricks, lies, and illusions.
Gotcha.
Not sure if they help or not.
I have skill in perception.
Oh, and you rolled a nat 20.
I'm trained in perception, and I rolled a 20 also, which might help.
Wow, you nailed it.
Gotcha. All right. So, Adair, what you notice is as you're approaching the van that it is moving a tad on its axles. It's so there's somebody inside of it.
This van is rocking.
Yeah, not in a rocking motion, just sort of like somebody's moved inside or something like that. Jack, you notice it too. You also notice that that the van is dripping a little fluid, like there is some sort of air conditioner running inside of it. You don't notice that it's on, as the engine's running, but for some reason it's leaking something at the bottom of the van.
So is it about like around mid-engine area, kind of where the fluid comes out for when they're running the AC, or is it coming from a different part?
Yeah, that's about where it's coming from.
Okay. Well, someone's home anyway.
You also notice across the street, the little cafe that's there, that there is somebody watching you.
So as we're starting to head in that direction, I will just casually, I will put a hand on Adair's shoulder and I will say, 2 o'clock.
He looks at his watch.
No.
It's 3:30.
No!
Pacific time or Eastern time? Where are we at? Anyway, I'm gonna sit there. I'm not gonna look. I'm just gonna give Jack that look of like, all right, you've got point on this. I'll back you up, kind of thing.
Okay. He makes a move. He makes a move. We'll spread out a bit. All right.
Okay.
I have no idea. It sounded macho. I will. Okay, so I'll. I guess I'll take point then. I'm going to head forward then,
All right.
cautiously.
You're approaching the back of the van.
Yeah, and
I'm assuming y'all are approaching from the back of the van to begin with, like down the sidewalk behind the van. Versus
Yeah,
in front of it. Okay.
I would think so. Yeah.
The back doors.
Do I see the person watching them?
Do y'all have any kind of communication going on?
No, but I have identify and assess danger.
All right. Give me a perception roll then.
Oh, giveaway. It's dangerous. Okay. Oh my gosh, I've run this game so many times I have no idea how to roll.
Slash roll 1d20 usually works.
All right, so I got a
16.
16, which would hit a
So
5.
yeah, you notice this guy in the coffee shop that's sort of paying attention to the white van, and he did perk up as people started to approach it. You also notice that above that there is definitely roof access to that building. It's a 5-story building. You can tell by the flags that are up there, and that looks like there is some sort of rooftop garden kind of thing. So anybody can easily get up there, and it would be a great place for a sniper. Not that you can see one.
I told them. They thought I was crazy, but I told them.
You see, if this were a movie, this would be the part where we change the perspective of the guy in the coffee house, and no one approaches the van for a minute, and then we come up behind him. But I have a feeling that we're not quite that clever yet. So I'm just going to go up and knock on the window.
All right, so you reach your hand up to knock, and I am going to give you a GM intrusion.
Dun, dun, dun. Do we actually start with any XP?
Yes, 1.
Okay. That's on top of the 16 that we got to go up a little? Yep. Okay.
Exactly, yep. So, all right, your GM intrusion. As you reach to knock the van onto the van, you hear something whiz by your ear and shatters the window on the back of the van.
All right. Well, down! And
Not that you could see through the window. It was really tinted dark. But yeah, it shatters the window. Another shot, you hear something hit the van door in front of you.
Okay, now,
Give
does this
me a
sound like
reflex
it's coming
defense.
from inside or from outside?
From outside. Jack Harper, these noises, these gunshots are coming behind you on the wooded knoll. They're
coming from the other direction, not the guy I'm watching?
Yep, from behind you, and on the wooded hill of the park.
Oh, these guys are devious.
I would like to basically. I'm gonna sort of crouch down and try to put the van between me and from wherever these shots seem to be emanating from.
Well, give me a reflex defense roll first
I shall do that, sir.
to see if you actually get hit by one of these shots.
Because that would be useful. Let's see. Am I trained in any of these things? Apparently not. Well, it says skill with defense, but I didn't actually choose a defense. So, funny thing here.
Defense versus bullets.
I did not choose a defense when I selected skill with defense, but I had intended to take reflex defense.
That is fine. Reflex is probably the most used defense, so I'm not going to fault you for metagaming here.
Yeah, just for the purpose of. Hi, folks. All right, so that being the case, let us make our roll, shall we? Why don't we? I just clicked on the 20, and it came up an 11.
R11, and you are trained in reflex defense?
I am, sir.
All right. You barely get missed by a bullet. It goes right through your clothing on your side, but doesn't actually hit you as you're diving down. It's
my only weakness.
So yeah, Adair, you're right beside him, and he sort of like, is getting shot at and ducked to the ground. You're probably probably a foot and a half behind.
I'm actually going to take off running at the coffee shop towards that other guy,
Okay.
if possible.
Okay. You can do that.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna do that, dude. Do you need me to make a roll on something here?
No. You start running towards the guy.
Okay.
Let's everybody though roll initiative. If you're trained in initiative, please let me know.
I have assess danger. It's identify and assess danger because I'm paranoid and I'm always expecting someone to shoot at me. So
I am trained
that
in initiative.
unfortunately doesn't allow you to actually go faster when you.
Okay.
So.
Wow, that sucked.
Ooh.
And you know what? Unlike players in my strange game, I'm going with it.
Oh, trip on the curb. I got an 18.
It's more for initiative, not running.
Gotcha.
But okay.
Yep. All right. So you got one player that's going to go before the bad guys, and two players that are going to go after the bad guys. So.
You also know you get that free GM intrusion because I rolled that one.
Correct. So as your GM intrusion, you start running towards the coffee shop, and the van doors burst open and knock you down. Like as you're running by the van doors, and they just burst open and knock you to the floor as you're starting to run to this coffee shop.
Nice.
And yeah, Jack, who did you give your second EXP to?
That is an excellent question. I think I will give my second XP to Adair for. I feel as though he needs it.
Gotcha.
Taking a door to the face.
Yep. Remember though, like Jack is a tier 2 person who protect. What was it? What was your focus? I forget again.
My looks for trouble.
Yeah. So Jack looks for trouble, which gives him protection. I think
I do have protection, yes.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if it had to come to my turn before I say who I'm protecting, but I think it's going to be fairly obvious in this situation.
Oh yeah, probably the person inside the fan. Maybe, who knows? We'll find out in a minute.
Right, that's exactly it.
Or the guy that took the van to the face.
The face. You suffered 2 points of might damage from the van door in the ground.
He hit that poor defenseless van with his face.
The back of his head, actually, but.
The van attacked me. I didn't attack it.
All right, so who wants to go first?
Blame the van, not the driver.
Well, in this case, I would think it would have to be Jackson because he acts before the baddies.
Gotcha. Well, actually, how initiative works is even though Jackson's the one who rolled the higher roll, he doesn't have to take it. Somebody else could take that roll.
Well, no. When you were laying out things, you said he gets to act before the baddies, then Jack and myself act.
One player gets to act before the baddies, and then two players. It doesn't have to be Jack. It could be you. It could be Jim.
Really?
Yeah. Even though it's not who rolled. It's the order is player, baddies, player.
Oh, interesting.
Oh,
I run it the same way that Lucas does.
Okay. Yeah, to where you got the one person that beat the level of the bad guys, so they get to go before the bad guys, then the bad guys, and then everyone that didn't beat it goes after. But no, I'm cool with this way.
Yeah, no.
I am totally going to waste that first action and get myself up off the ground.
Oh, y'all have to decide. This allows you guys to make a more of a team effort on, so Jack doesn't have to wait until the dare does something before he can do something. So this way you can choose who goes to be more of a team. It's kind of what Edge of the Empire does with its rules, with its initiative system. I think it works out really well for getting people. Because it always sucks to be, I hold until he lockpicks the door,
Right.
or something like that. he throws his grenade before I go in, kind of thing. But all right,
I do mine like I'm hopefully I'm not derailing. I kind of do mine like a little loose to where it's like, all right, so in this case it would be Adair and Jack that go after the baddies.
Mhm.
Like right there, I wouldn't sit there and be like, okay, Jack, you're first, then Adair. It'd be like, all right, whoever goes first goes.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. So who's going?
I already said I'd waste that first action and get myself up off the ground.
All right. Is everybody fine with that? All right. So yeah, you get up off the ground.
Kind of duck behind the van a little bit so I don't get shot.
Well, you do have you're on the street now. You're pretty much in the middle of the street.
Don't roll another one, or here comes a cab.
So the guy ahead of you in the coffee shop is getting up and reaching for something in his coat pocket. As you stand up, you see this. But yeah, you get off the ground. You can't really hide behind the van because there's a guy in between you. You're on the other side of the van, but you can move a little bit.
I was more thinking the sniper that's on the other side of the van.
That's true. All right. But all right. So the guy in the coffee shop pulls out some sort of weapon and fires at you. Adair, give me a reflex save.
All right. So in this case, dude's firing. I'm going to obviously try diving out of the way towards my right.
Mm-hmm.
That's the hope here.
Okay.
So, you just stood up and you're flopping on the ground again.
Well, this time it's a controlled dive, and
it's a controlled
reflex roll, and I really don't want to get shot. I'm going to actually put some effort into this.
All right.
I have an edge in speed, so it's only going to cost me 2 points.
All right.
So
remember your ciphers?
Yeah, I do have those too, which I'm not going to waste the one yet. Oh, it's going to be a great night.
Then, so I'm sorry. That's with one level of effort. That is still a hit. So yeah, you get shot in the shoulder by what looks, So you take only 2 points of damage, but I need a int defense roll.
Intelligence defense?
Correct.
All right. So really quick, the damage while I'm doing it. Might or speed? My choice.
2 points of might damage.
Okay. Cool. And then my intelligence check.
This is going to be a level. I was going to tell you the. Okay. So.
I think I'm going to burn that experience point that I was given.
Okay. This is a level 3 poison.
Okay. Oh my god.
You're rolling a d20, right? That's not a d10?
I'm rolling a d20.
Holy cow.
No level of effort put into that. Okay.
Nope.
All right. So you also lose 2 points of your int pool, and you're dazed.
Oh, good lord.
I'm having fun.
Okay. So Jack, in front of you, the doors crashed open, and out jumps this tall blonde with blonde woman wearing some weird kind of rig. She's got like this metal stuff strapped to her back and over and on her arms, and she just starts running down the street. And you hear this high-pitched whine coming from her.
Huh. Okay. So the most immediate thing I can think to do, is perhaps a little insane, but it's
par for the course.
It's par for the course.
Well, Jackson, you see this as well. So one of you, both of you are going to go. So whichever wants to go first.
Adair is on the. Is he still upstanding, or is he?
You can't see him. He's on the side of the van.
On the side of the van.
You saw that he jumped to the or tried to dive to the ground.
Yeah.
As you heard some more shots being fired.
Okay.
In front of you.
Well, I know what I'd like to do. and it involves both moving and grabbing.
Okay.
But I do not know if I can complete this in a single turn. So perhaps you can help me figure this out.
If it's an immediate distance, then yeah.
Because basically what it involves is grabbing a dare and jumping inside the van. Because there is perhaps cover there.
Okay.
And I am planning to do something from there once we have another action. But
all right. I say, yeah, you can definitely do that. However, to pick a dare up who is kind of dazed at the moment, I'm going to give that as a level 2 might action.
All right.
To be able to grab him and throw him into the van with yourself.
Okay. Now, level 2, that would be 6 or better, correct?
Correct.
All right. Let me just check first my stuffs here. And I will...
Maybe a dare's heavier than I thought. He didn't describe that part of himself, but
I will go ahead and because this is a little critical, I'm going to go ahead and spend a level of effort.
Okay.
If I am remembering, it's been a little while since I've played Cypher system, but so I'm just trying to remember correctly here. My effort is 2. My edge is 1. I think across all 3 of these things.
All right. So basically, you'll spend 3 points of might.
Right.
But if you have a 1 might edge, then it actually makes it 2 points of might.
That's right. Okay.
The level of effort being 2 means that you can spend effort twice in one roll.
All right.
It's 3 points for the first one, 2 points for the second one.
So what I'm going to do, I'm only going to spend one level because this is hugely difficult.
All right.
But my pool is now down to 11 on might.
All right.
And I'm going to roll.
All right. So yeah, you grab a dare off the ground and throw him into the van with yourself. The van is full of computer rigs. It looks like there's got a little desk in there that's really skinny with a bunch of keyboards on it. There's a bunch of computers with cooling fans running and monitors strapped to the wall of the van. It looks like she's running, that she's got this whole bay of like routers and Wi-Fi sort of shoved where the passenger seat should be, just so it's not sitting on top of the van.
I think the important question, though, is the van itself running?
The van itself is not running, but the keys look like they're dangling from the ignition.
Excellent.
All right. The person who was in the van is now running behind, down the street outside the van. Jackson, what are you going to do?
I'm going to spin around and kind of crouch and real quick see if I can see a gunman. And
yes,
basically I'm looking for if he has a pistol or a rifle.
It looks like he has a rifle.
All right. I'm going to perform a revision.
Okay.
This is my force shield.
Okay.
And I'm going to spend 2 levels of effort.
All right.
And that will cost 3, 5, 7 minus 2 is 5. Ouch, that sucks. But that gives me 3 levels of armor, and I'm going to rush the guy.
All right, so you start running up the hill towards the guy in the trees?
Yep. Right. And I've got my Glock little pistol, the little cricket.
All right. And so we're back up to the top of the order. And so one of the players gets to go next.
I'm thinking it's one of you two, Jackson or Jack in this case. Being that I'm dazed.
All right, I'll keep charging up the hill, and I've got my gun out, and I'm, completely.
All right, so you went pretty much in a flat run up the hill, and you're faster than he thought. And trying to track a moving target, someone coming close to them with a rifle, is actually pretty hard. You might actually get there before him. Give me a speed roll.
Speed roll.
Yeah. So.
Got a 9.
So. All right. I was going to say level 3. If you beat level 3, then you get there before he fires. So you get there. Right in his face before you could before he sees you and starts firing at you.
Well, do I feel like he's like trying to track the gun towards me, or if he's kind of surprised and backing off?
By the time he heard you, he started tracking the gun towards you. But the
Oh, then
problem
I'm
is
gonna.
he heard you too late.
All right.
You get there before he can shoot you.
Okay. But do I have the chance to shoot him, or is that
Sure,
my
go
next
ahead.
action? All right. I'll shoot him up a little bit. It's not going to do much, but I'll do what I can. So he's level 3. I'm using
No,
a
he's
light.
level 4 actually.
Okay, so I'm using a light weapon at close range, which drops it to a 3. And I'll spend a point of speed, or 3 points of speed. So that's a 2. So 1 success.
1 success. All right, so yeah, you shoot the guy. And you do 2 points of damage, right?
Yep.
All right.